how can they benefit from using your services in the overall spectrum? If they're barely buying a house, would a buyer of a home need a public adjuster, or it's more geared towards when you own the home?
Well, insurance policies and damages are only paid for during the ownership of a house. So you must own the property. The damage must have happened while you own the property. I've had cases where, the client closed on the house August 8th, and on August 13th, the house was destroyed because a hurricane came through and destroyed their house. But the house had only been insured for 7 days. But that's the risk that insurance companies take by writing a policy. We are in a weather-torn state. It's going to happen. I've seen houses get hit the very next day with something sudden and unexpected. And, it was covered only because policy went into effect the day after that, something unforeseen happened. And now the homeowner's left with, oh, I just closed on my house, and now I have all these damages to take care of. So, yeah, but you must own the home at the time that the damages happen, and the policy must be in place.
Can it be a rental home?
It could be a rental, an Airbnb, anything that you have an insurance policy on.
And even if a company owns the dwelling, like an investment firm, can they still call a public adjuster, or that's not on the table for investment companies and investors?
REITs, anybody who owns the insurable interest of a property can call a public adjuster. We represent the policy owner. There's even cases where the policy owner is not the property owner, where you have forced insurance, and we're representing damages on a forced insurance policy. Yes, for the benefit of the homeowner who needs those repairs done, but the policy is actually owned by their mortgage company. So the benefactor of the policy payment is actually the mortgage company. And that does happen 9 times out of 10. We're actually being contacted by the homeowner, and they're not aware that that's how that's happening for them. But that's what we do.
I see. Say, for example, if an insurance company denies a policy or denies a claim, how do they have so many days before the homeowner can call you? How can we help the homeowner during this interview so when they see it, they say, look, this is the actual process after I got denied? How many days? How do they call you?
They have a limited amount of time to dispute.
Okay.
There are statutes. Currently, I believe the statute's 24 months. It recently changed. So if
you have a reasonable amount of time, not a day or two. Okay.
Right. You don't want to sit on it too long.
Mm-hmm.
We were seeing in the state of Florida that insurance companies close their doors when they're forced with situations that are larger than they can manage. Avatar closed their doors. Southern Fidelity closed their doors. United Property and Casualty closed their doors. If you're in dispute with them, your dispute becomes a precedence over if something did happen, you were at least in dispute with them before they closed their doors. And in most cases, they're going to hand the business over to the state of Florida, and the state of Florida will manage that afterwards. But the preservation of damage, you want eyes set on your damage as fast as possible. So if you've already waited 2 months and you're getting denied on your claim, you want somebody to witness your damages as soon as you can, because those damages could get worse by a different event. And now we are left to decipher which event caused what damage. That's a hard spot to be in unless the homeowner, preserved everything in documentation. Rare, in my experience. But you really want to address that denial and that dispute of the denial as soon as possible. Because what if the insurance company could practice this is a denied claim and we don't want to renew you. And then mentally the homeowner starts thinking, I don't have a right to dispute now because this isn't my insurance company anymore, which in fact you do. You still have the right to dispute that insurance company. So the art or the practice of them dropping a homeowner after they get a denial, I think that's more set for a perception that you can't fight us. We're no longer your insurance company. That's not true. You still can fight a dispute even though they're not your insurance company.
Oh, so you can still fight a dispute, and then during the denial,